So making money with music production, for some reason, is not talked about too much, but it's actually one of the most common questions that I do get in my DMs. If you don't want to make money from music, you just want to do it for fun, fair enough, you can definitely do that. But if you're looking to create some income sources and make some money online from music, you've come to the right spot. So keep in mind, these are simply ways that you can start making an online income from music production, and these can turn into your main career, but the point of these is to support your main career goal. So a lot of you want to become artists, and I think you should continue to push towards that. But I see it like this: if you can grow your income from something related to music, that will, one, increase your skills with music production, and two, build a brand and business behind your own name. And I do want to say it is 100% possible. If you open your mind up a little bit to what you can actually do with music, it's 100% possible that you can actually build a business career out of music production. And I could honestly probably make an entire video series just on these 3 methods alone and go into excruciating detail in all of those. But today I'll just explain to you what those methods are and how you can actually start doing those for yourself. So method number 1 is going to be ghost production or freelancing, specifically on Fiverr. But more importantly, using the skills that you have to make music in other areas that aren't directly ghost production. So ghost production is when you make a song for somebody else. You won't get credit for it, but you'll get paid for it up front, or maybe you'll get royalties. But the person that purchased it from you, they're the ones that get all the credit. But I think the value that you get from this, especially in the early stages, far exceeds the money you'll get. Now, what can you do specifically to use those skills of ghost production, and how can you actually sell those? What I did was I signed up for a free profile on Fiverr, made a couple gigs, and then from there people can find you on Fiverr. And like I said, I'll make a specific video more on how to actually optimize everything, because I can get very in depth with this. But the reason I love Fiverr is because it's pretty much made to order songs. These aren't songs that you have laying around on your computer. These are songs that you are specifically making for those people. But I want you guys to think about this for a second. The ability that you have to make music, those songs don't have to just be for ghost production for an artist that goes onto Spotify. Because let's frame it in a different way. This is a very generic example, but we can think about it like this. Where else is music used? YouTube videos. Some people need music for theme songs. So instead of saying, I'll ghost produce a deep house song for you, you could say, I'll make your theme song for your YouTube video. Because the pool of people that are looking for YouTube intro music is probably far more than the people that are looking to get ghost production done. So that's obviously one example. You could flip that into a bunch of different avenues. But I do want to say one thing though, circling back to the point that it will increase your skills. In October of 2020, I made 10 songs in 30 days for $30 each. I understand, not a lot of money. I was probably severely underpaid, but the skills that I got from that and the momentum and honestly just self-belief that I got in myself from that was far more important than the $300 that I actually made from that. Because around that October, November time, my YouTube channel started to take off too. You could call that a coincidence, but I think it's just really momentum and that self-belief. And one final thing is that the more orders that you get, the more you can scale the price up. So the more time you spend on Fiverr, the more work you do, the more likely you'll be able to get more work. Number 2 is going to be selling custom drum samples, presets, loops, or anything that people will find valuable for their own music. So with these packs, you can either create inspired packs, inspired by a genre or an artist, or you can kind of go down your own route. Like what I did was performance enhancing drums, or Decap does drums that knock. And I would recommend, if you're starting out, do inspired packs, because one, people will find you through that inspired artist. So if you're making a Martin Garrix pack, they're probably going to find it. But if you just make a random pack of your own, they probably won't find it. It might be more fulfilling to make your own style of pack, but people are going to be more likely to search Martin Garrix presets or future-based samples or things like that. And in terms of marketing it and getting it out there, that's a very detailed question, which I'll talk about in the future. But one quick tip is to just offer something that's a little bit different. Maybe you do offer the best sounds, but everyone's going to say they have like the #1 best sounds. Just offer something different. Make the offer a little bit different. Like for me, on the outside at least, I have the protein or supplement tubs. Everyone has done, including me in the past, those boxes. Everyone does those. If you can just stick out in some type of way, just make the box a little bit different. Just have some type of theme with your name, with your brand as well. Just try to make everything unique to you, so when they purchase your stuff, it's, you know, it feels a little bit different. And when they purchase it for a second time or a third time or a fourth, they're going to be like, oh yeah, this is exactly what I expected that I only get from him. Method number 3 is going to be working for other companies. And this is perfect if you're really good at making music, but you have no social presence. So you can offer content, presets, samples, anything that you think can make that company better and they will find valuable, you can do that for them. Now you have to decide for yourself if it's worth putting that out on your own page and not getting paid at the start for the most part, or getting paid up front from the other companies. So let's say you have 5 YouTube videos made. They're about like how to use FL Studio, we'll say. You could message a company and say, hey, I have these videos. I'd like $100 each for them. Let me know. You could take that $500, or you could post them on your own page. But if you post 5 YouTube videos on your own YouTube channel, you will probably not get paid anything for it. But in the long run though, it'll build up that database of videos. So I think the answer here is to do both. You can make content preset samples for other people, and you can do it for yourself as well. But if you just want to go down your own lane like I did, I personally would recommend doing it all your own. But if you need some money, or you want to start making money right now, you can do it for other people. And I do want to say that a lot of companies are looking for work. I'm not going to specifically say who, but if your stuff is good enough, if you keep working towards it, people will want to use what you have to offer. I've had multiple companies pretty much offer me full-time jobs for them, but obviously I'm kind of doing my own thing at this point. But back in the day, I wish I would have took up some of these offers a little bit more to make a little bit more money. And a few bonuses, which I didn't include these because these are pretty self-explanatory, is ad revenue and streaming royalties. I personally have ad revenue turned off on my YouTube channel just because I think it's a better viewing experience, but you can imagine the more streams you get, the more views you get, the more money you'll make. And the last one is coaching, which I think this could maybe, you can tack on to Fiverr as well. You could do feedback for people, paid feedback. If you have really good feedback, people will pay for it. Like for example, if you had a couple of people give you feedback for free, and maybe 3 months down the line, you have a handful of people that got signed to a record label, well, they could shoot a testimonial for you. I've never done this, I might. They could shoot a testimonial for you and say, hey, this guy offers really good advice. He's really specific and he gives a lot of great advice. I don't know, something like that. And then from there, people will be like, huh, if his feedback is that good, then maybe I should start doing that. And obviously it's not that straightforward, but it's an idea for you. And the last thing, guys, is I think everyone should be working on building their social presence in some type of way. For example, the fact that I have a YouTube channel and the fact that I have 300 plus videos of me making things and indirectly showing people what I know, another company will look at that and be like, we need this guy. Or someone's gonna look at my videos and be like, I need those sounds because that sounds really good. So if you guys learned something from the video, let me know down below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, guys? Money. You wanna talk about money?